All right, all right. Yeah. Look at that. We start with opening music here on the Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnston Lynch, and we are back. We're back in season 4 here with the Community Podcast here on Big Condo Online. Please like and subscribe because, it all helps. So either way we look at it is that I don't want to be known as a poacher. I just want to be known as a conversationalist. So I'm joined by a guest that was on another show that is here on the Big Condo Online. But, I just wanted to talk to my man Abraham from Yammtree. Two M's make me go,
Yes, I like it. Thank you for having me back. Thank you. Obviously, I was on Discovering with James DeBow. So I'm happy to be on your show too, man.
Yeah, well, listen,
talk about.
When you were on Discovering with Ashley Thomas, it was like I felt there was more that you wanted to say and everything, and there was more that I wanted to experience. So, basically, say, hey, yeah, come check us out there, and then pass over one of your shakes. Now, I don't mind having an empty bottle in my hand because, that means I drank it all, right? All the way down to the root.
That's it. I should have had the labeling on there too, man. Usually, I sometimes I do, but there's a lot of health that goes in there, man. It can be quite expensive, but yeah.
We're going to have to talk about that a little bit because, basically, Abraham is an artist. He's a chef. He has his own shop. He has his own business, and basically when you came on, it was kind of like, we're going to talk to two vegans. Yeah. But a lot of your food is vegetarian-based, or would you say vegan-based?
I'd say plant-based. So
plant-based,
I don't use any animal products. But not only that, I keep everything on health-focused. I keep everything health-focused and focused on primarily on African ingredients and the healthiest ingredients I can find, basically, and I try and make something happen with them. Yeah.
But then, I think let's just start a little bit there, because I told them we're going to swim around this conversation. Is that I think that was one of the things you wanted to point out. There's a difference between vegetarian and vegan.
Yeah. So vegetarians, I believe, still have milk, dairy-based products, and I think some still do eat eggs. And vegans tend to just avoid animal products at all costs, including leather and honey, and feathers, which are in pillowcases and all that. They tend to go to the extreme, and obviously, power to them for doing it. I'm against animal exploitation. I'm against exploitation of any kind, but for me, I focus primarily on health of the people. So I'm not gonna eat, and I'm not gonna save all these so-called vegan products.
Yeah.
Just because they're vegan, when they provide no health substance at all.
So, there's a big push for this, especially plant-based products, and I don't, they didn't give us any money, so I don't really want to say the keyword and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, I had to kind of join the bandwagon a little bit, so when you go into the supermarket and you're trying to pick out your stuff, and so one time I picked out some plant-based mints.
Okay.
And everything, and, so I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I took it home, put it in the pan and everything, and then made it, and then I took a picture of it for Facebook. Yeah, so many people got on to me. Oh, don't you?
That's it. I feel like it's quite political. It's very political, man. When it comes to food, I think people get
those. But it was what it was, and maybe you could talk about that. It's just that, like Beyond Burgers.
Yeah.
It's like, does this taste like meat? So I needed to test for myself. Does this taste like meat?
Of course.
And why should it taste like meat if I'm trying to, stay away from meat, right?
That's the thing.
So it's a mindset, isn't it? What do you say about that, though?
I feel like food is emotional, and I feel like it's based on repetition. What we like is based on how many times we've done it. Even when it comes to even liking a person, like they say scientifically, if you're seeing that person all the time, you're gonna like them versus if they're new and everything else. So whatever we do a lot of, we tend to hold and start to trust and like. So I think when it comes to eating meat, we've done it for so long. I think people find that they need to have something tasting, or they're gonna feel like they're missing out.
Yeah. You know, even if I put this plant-based burger in between bread and I put a lot of sauce on it, you know what I mean? It's like I gotta make, because they advertise it that way too. They're like trying to say, don't worry, it's beyond the burger. It is a burger. Don't worry about it. You can eat it and everything. And you know.
And I think with Beyond Burgers, I think they've come in and said, oh yeah, we're gonna create the best kind of meat tasting burger that isn't actually meat. But I think with that, how much plants are you putting in? Are you still gonna call it plant based? How much has been made in the lab? How much is actually grown, and how processed is it? And I think they're good if you're making a switch. And I think definitely I'm not gonna shoot them down for doing that, providing that stepping stone for people to go towards eating more veg. But I feel like they're not the be all and end all. And I think if you're gonna use them as your primary protein source now instead of meat, it's a quick trip back to meat. You know what I mean? Unless you're looking to go beyond the beyond. You know what I mean?
Beyond the beyond, one step beyond.
You know what I mean?
So now this is obviously some artificial version of food that we're talking about, but you are not doing that. So when it comes down to Yammtree and the kind of meals that you're making, I mean, because you started putting like little videos out on your Insta and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've put up a couple, not so much videos. Try and keep some stuff secret, like. But
I don't know. I'm not looking to make a cookie show.
You know what I mean? I feel like with a lot of my food, it's based on mushrooms, seeds as well. There's so many varieties of mushrooms, but still will only expose in the supermarket.
Wait a minute, a variety of mushrooms? I mean,
there's like over 90, I think. Over 95% of the mushrooms, I think there's thousands. I think that over 95% are actually edible.
Would you say 90% are edible?
Yeah. And even the ones who I was reading recently, even the ones that aren't edible won't actually kill you until you eat a hell of amount of them.
Yeah. I mean, but when you go into Tesco's or whatever, a supermarket, you know, there's usually just kind of like, I'll get a bag of mushrooms.
Yeah.
So where's all these different versions of them?
Boy, but mushrooms are probably the most, they're probably the least nutritionally packed. Like there's not much in them in terms of health-wise. There's a lot more than oyster mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms. I see like Tesco sell oyster mushrooms only just. I think the one near me where I live, they've only just started selling it within the past year consistently. Like other than that, it was just the button mushrooms or the chestnut mushrooms, which are the same family.
Now that you say it, I do see different ones on the shelf. I guess it's because I'm just your usual idiot where I don't know. No, I go, that looks like a mushroom lake.
No, but that's it. We get what we're given, and although they say, it's the consumer which really drives what we eat. It's all down to the consumer, and I think a lot of us are ashamed. Like, well, if we stopped eating it, they wouldn't sell us it. But it's like, nah, they give us the options. We pick the best option out of that, and they give us more of that kind of thing. Yeah, that's how it works. But it's always them, like whoever's in control of the food supply controls what you eat. Also, I think. So what we do is tend to focus more on mushroom seeds, and we go for the healthier seeds. We use a lot of hemp seeds, and we don't tend to use a lot of these seeds that are given to us.
Yeah, I mean, like hemp seeds. I mean, obviously, you know, you hear this and everything like that, and like probably it's kind of like, let me ask you, like, I know you say I don't want to give away secrets, but
Yeah.
come on, bro. Tell us some. I mean, like, as far as like, if I wanted to, make myself a healthy meal,
Yeah.
right, and everything, and a person who's not a chef,
Yeah.
right. So, what is a good thing that I at least should have in my cabinet or my fridge or that kind of thing that I could just kind of like put something together?
Definitely. So hemp seeds are what everybody should have.
So you get them in like a little bottle, or
you can get them. They'll usually come in packets. They're grown everywhere and anywhere. I feel like I think Britain's the largest grower of hemp weed.
So are they good for seasoning or flavoring?
They're good as a protein base, but they do offer its own flavor, which is similar to meat. Funny enough, a lot of the amino acids in there is what the same amino acids that you'll find in meat. So they provide a lot of the aromatic amino acids, things like tryptophan and tyrosine.
So are you putting that in a pot where it's simmering and you get the aroma from it?
Yeah, you could do. So what you could do is you could blend that up with water. Depending on how much water you use, you could blend that up with a little bit of water, cook that for a little bit. You could get like a little mince going on if you cook that for about half an hour, stirring it, adding water as you go, so it like absorbs some of the water and then creates that meaty texture. And then you could add your flavorings and that to that. You could use pumpkin seeds the same way. They don't have as much of a stronger taste. It's got more of a plant taste than hemp seeds. Have got more of that earthy taste, I think.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone should have hemp seeds. You should be sprinkling them on your food. You should be putting them in your smoothies. You should be.
Yeah. Are they like salt or something like that? Yeah. So if I make something and then I just
shelled hemp seeds, though, I mean, you can get the ones with the shell on, but they tend to be a lot crunchier and
all right,
get stuck in your teeth and that. But the ones without the shell, same way we have sesame seeds without the shell and pumpkin seeds without the shell. It's rare that you see them with the shell on. Hemp seeds should be in everybody's food cupboard, like in terms of amino acids.
Now this is iron. Whether I'm a meat eater or a veg eater.
Meat eater or anything, they should be. We've been eating them for thousands of years. I mean, going back to the ancient Egyptians, I mean, they were using hemp seeds religiously. There's even carvings of the hemp plant, which is also the cannabis plant. It's just a case of it's a different.
All right, now it's legal, I think. So it's okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I was saying before, UK is the largest grower of medical marijuana. So I mean,
all right,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think of it. But hemp is just a plant which is dangerous to a lot of industries, which is why it's not. I mean, you can make.
Why is it dangerous?
Because you can use it for fuel instead of petrol. The oil, that is.
Oh, hemp oil.
Yeah, right. You can use it for your skin, which is dangerous to the whatever they use for skin, cocoa butter or whatever.
Oh yeah. So you can wash yourself with some hemp.
Yeah, it's really good. It's high in the best oil you can have. The seeds are the best seeds. You can have the fiber. You get more fiber from hemp to make your clothes and textiles and that than you would from cotton and anything else. So it's dangerous to a lot of industries. So it's kind of kept hush. But hemp, I mean, you can grow it in your garden. Not legally, I don't know. They say you've got to have a permit, but boy.
Yeah, they say you got to have a permit. Anyway, so now one of my biggest problems when it comes down to when, like people try to either suggest diets or switching over and everything, the hardest thing I would think is breakfast.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest for breakfast, or do you even do breakfast at Yammtree?
Yeah, we do breakfast, and we use a lot of hemp seeds in there. We do like a full English breakfast. We call it full electric.
Full electric.
Yeah, and we've got a scramble going on, which isn't tofu. I mean, all these vegan places like to use tofu. I'm not firing shots at anyone in particular.
No, I don't think you are, bro. You're just talking about what you do at Yammtree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we do a scramble which is made from seeds, hemp seeds included, and we do soul sages which have sea moss in, which is really good. I mean, people can find carrageenan in a bunch of foods. It's used in a lot of different foods, but people don't link it back to the seaweed, which is Condrus crispus usually, which they use. I put the actual Condrus crispus in. Carrageenan.
I love crispy seaweed though myself.
Yeah,
you know.
crispy seaweed. I mean, a lot of the flavors again, umami tasting, which is similar to meat.
Yeah, I mean, crispy seaweed is I mean, it's not bad because on the one hand is you hear seaweed, but then when you taste it, it's really pretty good.
Yeah, it actually is.
So is that what your sea moss is, or
sea moss? Yeah, it's sea moss. I mean, yeah, you can cook with it. A lot of people don't. A lot of people have the gel.
Gel.
Yeah, a lot of people blend the gel and have the gel, have it and add it to the smoothies, add it to whatever they're having. But recently, I've been cooking more with it. I put it in I call them soul sages instead of sausages.
So what's in your sausage then?
Yeah, so what's in it is mushroom. We've got some what you'd normally put in sausage, so something to bind it. And then we've got spices. And we put in some sea moss as well.
Right. So you got your kind of like your tofu type of egg with your soul sage sausage.
Yeah. Super seed scramble, we call our egg because
super seed scramble.
Super seed scramble.
I mean, it's still egg, or
it's not egg, but it tastes very much like egg.
And looks like egg.
It looks like egg. It looks like scramble. I put it on the Yammtree Instagram, but obviously when this interview comes out, you probably won't see it. But it'll be basically, I'm going to be asking you. You're describing this breakfast. You're going to send me a picture of it before it goes out. So don't worry about it. There'll be a picture because I in my mindset, I look at it looking like delicious. Yeah, man, definitely.
So while we're describing it, I want to see a picture.
I hate that.
You get me?
Definitely. Feed the eyes as well as the.
Well, you know what it is. It looks like food. It tastes like food. It is food.
Exactly.
And everything. But I think that's it's one of those things. I'm hoping you agree. It's just one of those things where people are trying to figure out, how do I eat healthier or maybe more plant-based? But then I'm just going to get a box of cereal and then I'm just going to throw that down my neck.
That's what people do. Yeah. So we use the baked. I mean, the full English. It's not something some people do, but it's not something you have all the time. But for what times you do, you don't want it to be like all your calories in one go, and you're thinking, boy, and it bloats you and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is filling our breakfast, which because it's full of minerals, it's full of protein and stuff. So we put in baked beans, but instead we use chickpeas instead of the haricot beans, which aren't really that nutritional.
Is there any sauce in that though? Because a lot of times people eat chickpeas plain.
Yeah. Now we put sauce. We do like a baked bean sauce.
There we go.
We make that out of tomatoes, and we don't use sugar. We only use dates. We don't
dates?
Only dates. We don't use any sugar at all in our products. We just use dates.
Dates are really nice, especially you get the, what did they go, Moderna dates or something like that?
Yeah, Medina dates.
Medina, look at that. Don't think I don't know, bro.
We got the Medjool ones, which taste
Medjool. Yeah.
They taste more like caramelly, but again,
they are really good.
There's so many dates. There's the is it Aswan dates?
Yeah, but at least you could get those Medjools and Tesco's.
Exactly.
Which they gave us money.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Go down, plug.
So all right, so you're not using any gluten, any breads or anything like that?
We're using spelt flour, which has got gluten, but it's the form which isn't as damaging to.
So is that so that way you could pack stuff onto it like a sandwich? Or?
Yeah, we're throwing a pancake as well. We do the breakfast wraps as well, so it'll be a spelt wrap or the pancake. Yeah. The pancake will be a spelt.
Yeah, I think
pancake.
I saw that, man. And so like, what kind of flavor? It's not like buttermilk or anything like that.
No, it's just kind of a neutral.
Like an oat.
We use spelt again.
See, okay, and this will be something I've heard of it, don't know what it is. So yeah,
it's more like an ancient
Chinese secret.
No, it's like a more original type of wheat.
Oh, okay, all right. But it's something that you could wrap food in.
Yeah, it tastes a lot like just normal wheat. Do you know what I mean?
I think maybe I'm a flavor man, so it's kind of like, like when if I went out for an Indian, I'm not going to just get a plain naan. I'm not a plain naan kind of guy. So that's what I'm just wondering about your spells, especially since you said you make pancake spells.
Yeah.
Is like, what kind of flavor do you add to it? Because I can imagine you adding those medjool dates to it or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
we adding dates to it, but we keep it quite simple. There's a lot going on when it comes to the full electric. There's a lot going on the plate, so we
Back to the full electric.
Yeah, so but with the pancakes as well, we do it with the like a chocolate sauce and add some fruit in there, strawberries.
Oh yes, oh man, see, look at that, I'm hungry already.
Raspberries.
Oh, stop now.
So we do, and we keep putting the health in. So we are changing the recipes sometimes and making them healthier again, and we're striving to do that.
Are you using any honey in there? If I actually felt like I wanted the pancake, no.
Nah. The only honey I would trust is that Manuka honey.
Manuka, yes. Oh my God, Manuka honey. Oh my God, it's so thick.
Yeah.
It's
it's very expensive.
Yeah, it is actually. It's about 5 pounds. I don't know, more than.
And that's for your basic Manuka, and you can go up levels of the Manuka, so you can get the same for like 20, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. It's just like, I always try and go for the healthiest of what I'm doing. So Manuka honey, obviously, with it being vegans, a lot of people are like, oh, shouldn't use honey, but it's like, but I'm not. It's more health conscious. Our food that we do, we care about the environment, we care about the animals, but we care about humans more.
No, that's true. So I mean,
humans.
So with the spelt wraps, I mean, I'm obviously, if I wanted a lunch, I wanted to pack a lunch, I'm gonna put like, a couple of wraps maybe together, so I could take to work, whatever.
Of course.
So like, you're recommending like using like the spelts, but so if I'm not using meat, of course, what am I wrapping in there?
So we do yam meatball, we call it.
Yam meatballs.
Yeah. So
okay.
More so yam eat balls. So
yam eat balls.
But we kind of put it together. Yam meatballs. Yeah. So we use wild yam in there.
That's nice.
We use wild yam in there. We use mushrooms again. We'll put some hemp seeds in there as well.
Yeah.
And bring it together. It's a way it
tastes. Is it thick?
Yeah, it tastes like a meatball, and the texture, the taste wise, everything, and it fills you. Like meat would, do you know what I mean? So we put that in there. We put a sauce and we put jollof sauce in.
Jollof, so are you using jollof rice or just?
Nah, we'll use the sauce, and we don't use rice at all, actually.
Oh, rice.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So rice is not a vegetable or thing?
No, but it is, but it's so nutritionally what's
bad
the word
for
I'm
you?
looking for? Obsolete, is it? That's the word I'm looking for. Like, it's got not
you
much.
Need no rice here, no basmati for you.
Nah, you don't need it. We're going back to what we were having before.
So okay.
So
are you talking about like a little bit of that Paleolithic philosophy?
Not so much Paleolithic.
You know what paleo, right? Yeah.
Not so much Paleolithic, more so what was the original grains we were eating before rice. Rice is kind of new in terms of the grain family.
Okay.
Rice is very new. Millets were being used a lot more.
Yeah, okay.
A lot more millets because they take less processing and they tend to grow more easier in drier climates. Rice needs a lot of it's quite intensive in terms of agriculture wise. So millets can just grow. I mean, there's probably millets growing around right now that we don't even know. They're classed as weeds in a lot of places, but then a lot of, even in Europe, Africa, wherever you go, they use millets, maybe put them in a porridge or whatever, but we tend to use a lot more millet and quinoa. So with the jollof, we'll have a jollof quinoa instead of the rice, which we've got to tweak the flavors slightly because rice also provides that sweetness when you cook it for a little while. So we tweak the flavors so that it's just as enjoyable with the quinoa and just as filling.
So I mean, now we're at our main meal. I mean, what do you consider like a main meal kind of deal? Because like that's usually meat for us or the meat eaters, Okay. So what's a main meal for Yammtree?
So we could do the yam burger. Recently I tweaked this, made a spicy yam burger, and that's, again, we're using mushrooms. When it comes to meat, a lot of the times we are using mushrooms because of the textures, because of the flavors and everything. the umami taste, which is why a lot of us like meat. That umami taste, which is what we find in a lot of cured meats, a lot of smoked meats, a lot of a lot of cheese. Like it's that umami flavor.
So you could take some cheese. You could put some cheese in there.
I don't put no cheese in there. I don't put.
Man, you don't put no cheese. I put no cheese in it.
But we do put a lot of sauces in there. We'll put avocado in there with the wraps, especially. We put avocado, so you're getting that creaminess there.
Yeah.
And we hope that the flavors make up for the lack of cheese and the meat.
Yeah.
And I think when you combine that to the whole health aspect, I think.
What about fish, man? Are you pescatarian in there? No.
Nah, we go direct to the source. I mean, the fish. I think I was saying at the end in discovering when I was on with Asha, cut out the middleman. Like the fish are eating algae, the fish are eating seaweed. So we cut out the middleman. Go direct.
Go straight to the sea monster and the seaweed.
Go straight to it, man. Because fish, I mean, omega 3s. That's what's in. That's what's in the seaweed.
Higher
in omega 3s, higher in zinc and
the whole omega 3 fish oil scenario.
And the darker the seaweed is, the darker the more iron. That's what it tends to be. The darker the seaweed, the more iron.
All right. Well, any desserts like
with the desserts, I've got you covered everything, man. I've got your whole
dude. I'm coming down to the end, and I just want to know one of my new meal plans. So what's up with my desserts, bro?
Okay, so we've got the cheesecakes. We call them cheesecake. Because chi is that life force, essential life force. And we've got we've got the ease instead of the disease, which a lot of these sweet treats. We call them treats. I don't know why.
He's a clever one, isn't he?
Wait, you got to put the science in the food. I think that
I got to put the yam in the coconut.
Do you know what I mean? you've got to. It's a science, man. Like you've got to. And we forgot that science and got lazy and filled our freezers and said, oh, we'll just throw them in tonight. Like I'm not bashing anyone, but obviously it's needed because we're given so much work to do in order to earn a living and everything else. So I get that, but we need to go back and employ some of them ancient principles of combining foods, and so we get our full nutrition.
No, I dig it. And like drink, what about the drink? Are you drinking coconut water?
We're drinking either spring water or we're drinking shakes and the smoothies, and we're gonna
we're definitely drinking some shakes, but like do you not recommend coconut water?
Coconut water is amazing. We just don't do it at the moment. So many different
versions of it out now.
At the moment we don't do it because I feel when we've got the shop open running, I'll be making announcements for that. I don't know if this interview will be out by then when I make my announcement, but look out for that on Yammtree. Instagram, YAMM.
Yeah, so I mean, now that we're coming to a close, I mean, pretty much, Yammtree has got a new location.
Yeah.
And everything. So why don't you do the socials? Like, how can people find you and Yammtree and your new shop?
Yeah, find us on. We'll be opening on Park Road.
All right.
At the bottom of Park Road, where there isn't much going on at the moment. But
not really, no.
Yeah, but we're looking to change that. But looking to compete with Lidl and Tesco.
Got to, bro.
You gotta aim high on it. But
what do you mean bottom of Park Road? Do you mean closer to Upper Parliament or the other end?
The other end.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh my God.
Well, there's not really going on both ends, is there?
No, there's not. But then there was that shop. Is that shop closed? I haven't never gone down that other end to the other end by the Abraham Road. That end of Park Road. Is that the HM? The
Afflictions.
Yeah, man, this shop that everybody would shop at, like the big shop.
Oh, yeah, cool. So that's a Lidl now.
Oh, it's a Lidl now.
That's a Lidl, yeah.
Shows you I've been in lockdown for a year, bro.
That's it. That's it, literally.
I think I heard that. No, I don't think I heard. And so, are you near there?
I'm opposite Lidl.
Opposite Lidl? Well, look, man, this is the choice to be. What's the name of the shop? I know you're Yammtree. Is it Shop Yammtree?
It's Yammtree again. Yeah, it's Yammtree.
Okay, so I mean, like,
find me on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, please. Under what? Yammtree?
Yammtree, YAMM3.
That's 2 M's.
Hey, we're gonna have to get you to do.
I'm
to
telling
do our
you.
little
I'm telling you.
commercial, man.
And I mean, like, let us know, man. First of all, these shakes, right? Delicious. You called it a Millionaire Shake.
Yeah.
And it has chocolate in it. You know what I mean? But it has hemp seeds and tell us.
Yeah, hemp seeds. It's got lucuma in, which is I think it's the national fruit of Peru. And it's got well, obviously we get it in powder form. A lot of the fruits we do get it in powder form.
But do you have different flavors?
We've got different flavors. We've got chocolate flavor. We've got something called swag magic. Swag just means the greening. It just means green.
I thought swag mean you had swag.
Oh yeah, there's that too. But swag, so SWADJ.
All right.
Because a lot of the things that tie back to ancient principles, we try and bring that back in.
Yeah.
When we're naming, but we've got the thingy coming out soon, Cherry Bake Wellness.
Ooh, Cherry Bakewell. See,
yeah,
see, when you add names that people like, it's like, I'm getting me that. I'm getting me that. I mean, is there a package deal?
We do package deals. All depending on what you need, what you think you need, and what we can provide. If you're not sure what you need, we can suggest something.
I just meant like 3 shakes or something.
Okay, yeah, no, we do that. But a lot of people do tend to ask, oh, can I have them as meal prep? Can I have them meal replacement?
Yeah.
Like, you can. You just want to make sure you're hitting your calorie load still. Otherwise, you're not going to feel like you've got enough energy. So you could have 3 shakes a day, every day if you want to.
But that's what I mean, because after I had one, I wanted another. So that's what I mean. So if you tell them as a package.
Free for £10, it is.
Wow, now that's a price.
Hey, look, we're only matching what's out there.
Dude, that's a good price.
Oh, okay.
What you talking about, bro? Man, gotta make a living.
Of course. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
and you pack it with the goodness, so it's definitely well worth it, man. Definitely, so I was never saying nothing about
okay. No, of course. But I feel like a lot of our food is African-based food, and what you call black food. We use a lot of, even with we do crispy strips. Sorry, I forgot to mention them before, which are oyster mushrooms, and it's done in like an alkaline batter.
Ooh.
We put chickpea flour in the batter. It's all.
Well, listen, goodness, man. When we follow, because I know you're on Insta and all of that and everything, but hopefully there's going to be some kind of like menu thing that people can find.
Yeah, of course.
And in this video, obviously, we would have had images and stuff like that, so that's a definite. But Abraham, I just want to thank you for coming and joining me here. Going down your food menu kind of thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, look, it's really important, and I think that's why you have me on. It's really important that we really focus on the health at the moment.
Yeah,
there's actually a war on health at the moment in different ways, in chemicals, whatever. But 10 million people are dying a year from air pollution. That's big stats we should be focusing on.
Yeah,
that's before any lifestyle choices. 10 million people a year are dying globally. At least 90,000 in the UK are dying globally from air pollution. This is without smoking. This is without doing anything. This is just walking from place to place. So the only way we can combat it is bringing in nutrients, which are going to be able to fight off some of that pollution that's coming into our bloodstream.
Yeah, especially by you focusing on the older way of making things as well.
Yeah, of course. We want to keep our blood highly charged with iron, which is what we focus on in the food. We put a lot of iron, magnesium, copper. All these minerals are going to help you keep oxygen in the body and help you remove all the toxicities that is in the air that they're not telling us about. You know what I mean? There's a real war on health, and we've got to equip ourselves, arm ourselves with real nutrition.
Yeah,
we can't depend on the supermarket no more to provide that for us. You know what I mean? So trying to provide another way to get that.
Yeah, but we also have to, support, the local single proprietor,
Course,
I mean, the young man who is actually, not just educating himself and people around him, but also just trying to make a difference in this world.
I appreciate that, man.
Definitely, man.
That's what I'm trying to do, and obviously, I thank you for providing the platform to do that, because, it's needed, you know what I mean? The health, the knowledge, and everything else that we're doing here. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely, man. And I mean, definitely, want to once again thank Abraham for joining me here in the Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chief Johnson Lynch, and you know what? I'm out of here.